I really do think now that social media has done a lot of irreversible damage to society. Goddamn, I can't talk. To society, especially within young people and people within my generation, like Gen Z, and even younger millennials as well, and even older millennials too. I think maybe just everybody. And I say that because recently in unemployed Twitter news, I was scrolling. Well, not saying I'm unemployed, thank God, but I was just scrolling and I saw discourse about a story being liked and how story liking is such a is a way of flirting and how it means so much even though it means so little. And basically, the whole story behind the story liking in this sense is that this girl took a bikini picture, somebody liked her story, and then 2 days later, that same person, that same guy that liked her story, basically launched his relationship, and that was the entire tweet. Like that was the story, like or not the story. Well, that was the story. Like that was the tweet. That's what the big deal was apparently, and I feel like it's done so much damage because nothing that you do on social media wise, like whether it's comment, liking a picture, liking a story, reacting to a message, nothing feels just as what it is. Everything feels like there's always this underlining thing of like basically cheating. And I think that's really what people really want to say it is without saying it. I feel like people really just want to say like, "Hey, this is something that I consider cheating," but nobody wants to say that they consider it cheating because I think they don't want to be viewed as so insecure that an Instagram story like is what makes them feel like they are now flirting with other people. And I don't think there's really with that. I don't think there's really anything wrong with it. I think it all depends on the person that's like doing it, right? But even with stuff like that, I think even with cheating in general, I think it's just you're either going to be with somebody who is going to end up doing that, or you're going to be with somebody that's not, and that's really all it is. There's nothing you can really do about it. There's nothing you can do to control whether or not they do that thing or not. Because I feel like if they do end up cheating, like it could be in any way. Like it wouldn't even just have to be social media. Like they could literally just be at work, and then that's just bada boom, bada bing, it's done. And I'm just seeing how like serious social media is being taken by people and people my age. And I'm also realizing just how not so serious that I myself take it. Because I remember for myself personally, in like 2020, I had like 900 something followers, and I just thought to myself one day, none of these people that follow me probably really give a fuck about me for real, for real. Like if I'm just keeping it a buck, like if I keep it a band, if I keep it 1,000, I don't think any of these people really care too much about me. And that was like high school. Like I was still in high school at that time, and I want to say I was like a junior, probably going into like senior year. And I just realized like how much I didn't really care about um, people from school or whatever really knowing about me or really knowing about like what I'm doing type of deal. And I just made a new account and I told people, hey, if you want to follow me, you can. It's cool. And if not, it's whatever. And even with just doing that, it's been kind of peaceful, low key. Like I feel like I don't have to really worry about the whole. story like extravaganza. I feel like just the story like thing in general is so stupid, and I feel like that's just who I am when it comes to it. And I feel like that's really what it is when you just get down to the nit and gritty. I think I said that right. Whatever that term is. I think that's just what it is. Like you either care about stuff like that or you don't. And I think the worst thing to do, or like the worst thing to happen, is like a person who genuinely doesn't care about that type of stuff and doesn't see anything within it be in a relationship with somebody that sees everything in it. Because I feel like one or two things is going to happen with a relationship like that. It's either one, the person is going to kind of like realize that their partner doesn't take social media so seriously, so like maybe they're not as faithful or whatever the case may be, or maybe they're doing things that they wouldn't want their partner to do or whatever, like liking stories or some bullshit. Or two, they're going to be looking at everything their partner does and think of it as micro cheating or something like that. Which, if you do see it as that, that's how you see it. If you don't, then you don't. It's just stuff just seems so complicated, and I feel like social media just has a lot to do with it. Like it's a lot. Like I know people who still keep up with people that they used to have a crush on, like in school, while being like half a decade or maybe like more than a decade out of school or something like that. And it's like little stuff like that that kind of make you think like, is this helping you, or is this like, what does that do for you? You know, like if you didn't have the ability to keep up with them, like, don't you think you would kind of just move on a lot easier? Like, wouldn't it be easier, right? I don't know. I feel like I'm just rambling right now, but yeah, social media did a lot of shit. It changed the game. Story liking is like a whole nother can of worms. I feel like, cause I feel like when you're just like genuinely just trying to like build connections with people, and social media gets involved, I feel like it kind of takes a little bit out of it, because it's like now you're kind of expected to know a little bit more about this person just by seeing their posts, while still knowing absolutely nothing about them. But I mean, yeah, that's really all I got for this one. I don't know if this microphone is actually picking up any of the audio that I'm doing, but I like the aesthetic. I like the way it looks in my vid, so I'm probably gonna be using this motherfucker.